Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in today's video, we're going to be reacting to Shappy Gaming, who just got the event, One Man's Trash, Another Man's Treasure, which lets you trade out research speeds and building speeds for training and healing speeds. Let me tell you, I am so hyped to finally have a way to get the things that I have been buying from events with gems or cash that give me the speed ups that I don't need and turn them into things that I really do need. It is actually hilarious. This is called One Man's Trash because, like, I don't know, maybe it's just like I spend too much time gaming, but like anything I don't need is just trash to me at this point. I just say it. I call it that. So the fact that the event name is just like, hey, Chisgule, here you go, is like pretty cool. Anyways, let's see what he has to say.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms gameplay episode from your very own Shappy Gaming.
What's
if you're new
good,
to the
dude?
channel, my name's Shappy. I'm a sponsored Rise of Kingdoms content creator, and today we are talking all about One Man's Trash, Another Man's Treasure. It is a new event that opens as soon as you land in KVK.
Huge! By the way, actually hilarious. They literally say buying what you don't need. One Man's Trash. Buying what you don't need. Bro, it's like they took the exact things that I say and they just put it in the game. It's just here. Oh, you don't need this, just cool. Okay, you have my attention. Game, hey, you have my attention.
And personally, I'm a fan. Now, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get rid of some of my research speedups because research speedups, you use them for crystal tech, and that's really about it.
Bro, I have over 4,000 days of research speeds. I looked it up as soon as I saw this. This video, by the way, I saw, this was like the first way I discovered this had been put in game is YouTube recommended to me this video by Shappy Gaming. And I thought, okay, I mean, like, when I make my video, it's like, yeah, I'm sure I could go and like get some pictures and talk about it myself. But if I discovered about it like through his vid, then like I think it's the upstanding thing to do to be reacting to his vid. You know what I mean? But like, dude, okay, let's keep going.
So having an opportunity to be able to go through and trade these things in is absolutely amazing. Now, there are a couple things that you're going to want to keep in mind with this event. Every minute of speed up equates to one of these little baubles.
Okay. So minute of speed up equals one event currency. Okay. Okay.
Baubles can then be traded for speed ups or resources. So that's not bad, but
okay, wait, hold on. But well, what's the exchange rate here? What's the exchange rate? So 1 minute is one currency. So they're saying a 24-hour speed up is 6,000 of this currency. Let's do the math here. 24, okay, hours times 60 minutes, okay, is 1,440 currency. So the exchange rate here is not 1 for 1, right? At least on the day-long healing speed that is on screen here. That is not a 1 for 1 exchange. I mean, I suppose I'm on board for it, but like that's like a 4 for 1 downgrade in terms of conversion rate. So like it is what it is, right? And I can do 100 of them. Hey, yo, I need more than 100 of them. Let me tell you. So we'll see what else there is. I see on screen here, there's already some discounts for resources. So maybe some of these speeds are going to be discounted. But you know, we're basically taking a 4 for 1, slightly worse than 4 for 1 trade to take one speed up type to another speed up type, but let's see if there's any twists or tricks here.
Do you just dump all of your research speed ups? Absolutely not. So what I recommend doing before you even get started with that event is come over to your resources and speed ups and go to your statistics.
Yeah, you got to see what you're working with here. I mean, I think what he's going to say, this feels like pretty obvious, is that like you need some amount of research speeds and building speeds to actually get your KVK stuff done. Now, how much do you actually need? You let me know down below in the comments. Should you have 100 days in reserve? 50 days in reserve? What do you think we need for building and research speeds? Sound off in the comments.
Then check your research speed ups. I have around 537 days of speed ups. I recommend that you try to save at least 100 days of speed ups or 150 days of speed ups just in case for crystal tech for KVK.
Bro, imagine they give us this event And then like, bro, imagine they give us this event and then in a year from now, they're like, hey, new research. They wouldn't do that. It's just a funny thing to say out loud.
I don't know how frequently you're going to be accumulating your speed ups, so I will always say save around 100 to 150 days because you might use them. The same could be said for building speed ups. I just went through and used almost all of my building speed ups for KVK to construct all of my structures. So that's probably my early recommendation, is be very careful because you do not want to go ahead and then run out of speed ups, because if you run out of speed ups, you're not going to be able to use them in KVK, and it won't matter how many training or healing speed ups you have if you don't have crystal tech.
Bro, imagine you trade away your building and research speeds at a 4-for-1 loss. Oh my God. And then you're using universals to do it. Would suck to suck. Don't do that.
So how does this event work? Well, there's actually a limit on the number of exchanges that you can do. So what I recommend you do is, if you do find that you're getting close to that, 100-day setup, you be very tactical with what speedups you use for your research, as well as what speedups you trade in.
Yeah, so I guess that's an interesting point here. So you do need to think about not only like your total amount, but also there's like these denominations of speedups. So you can only trade in so much per time this event shows up. So this is why I have, once they put that one event in where you can like trade some amount of speeds for training speeds, isn't it like building for training speeds? I guess is this replacing the event where you could just straight take 200 of each speed up type and 1-for-1 trade it? Because like that was a really good conversion rate. Bro. Is this event actually better? It's got to be better than what we have today. Is it though? I wonder what the discounts are. It's going to depend a lot on the discounts if this event is actually better or not. Because I mean, if what this event is doing is just extends the reach with which you can exchange, but also uses this sort of discounted slots in that shop that we got a glance of earlier as like the equivalent of what we had before, I think that's good. It always drives me literally insane when we get like a, like, 2 steps forward, 1 step backward situation. I assume that's not what this is, but let's keep going.
What do I mean by that? Well, I have 4,886 60-minute speedups. I can only exchange 800 of them per KVK. What this means is, when I'm doing a lot of my crystal tech research, I really need to be going ahead and using these 60-minute speedups, because I'm never going to be able to go through them through this event alone.
Okay, good insight. Yeah, we arrived at a very similar conclusion there. I think that is a good call.
That also can be said for my 8-hour speedups here, except now you'll notice next KVK, I can exchange all of these 8-hour speedups and just get baubles. So it's very easy to run out of speedups very quickly. So just be tactical with this. Don't go below 150 if you can help it.
Okay, so you should use the speedups that you have the most of, the speedup type in terms of like, or the speedup quantity. So if you have like a small amount of a certain speed up type, like the 8-hour speeds, or like sometimes it's like 15-hour speeds, something weird. Like, I don't know if that's actually a thing in this game, or I'm just thinking of something else. Anyways, yeah. Try to use the thing that you have the most quantity of, because you can only exchange so much of it per time.
So you guys saw right now, I have around, I wanted to say 500 days of speed ups. So I can go ahead and I can get rid of some of these because I'm not going to need them. And you can do all of them, or you can do some of them. Let's do all of these because I think I can, and do that safely. So now we exchange those, and we'll go back over here. And now I'm down to 437 days of speed up. So you'll notice it goes really fast. So what do you buy?
Okay, so before he explains it, I'll give you my reaction here, right? Which is that we probably need to do some math around like the quantity of these speed ups you can get. But we just did the math on an 8-hour speed. No, it was a 24-hour speed that we did. Was it a 24-hour speed? Was 1,400 of the 1,440 currency. Let's do this 8-hour math real quick. All right. So for an 8-hour speed up, all right, that's like 480. Okay, I guess I didn't need to bust out the calculator. Okay, so So you get a minute for minute exchange for 1,300 8-hour speeds. Yeah, that's got to be pretty good. That's got to be pretty good. We can go more in depth on this later, but like the percent discount here is super relevant. And if you're lower on speeds, then your goal is to trade over the course of multiple KVKs worth, and you figure out what that time horizon is that you want to do. But if you are flush with speeds like I am, I mean, I'm probably going into those day-long training speeds, and just I probably unironically empty this shop. That's probably what I do. But you know, you're gonna have to manage this over the course of multiple seasons to kind of maximize your value. I also sort of feel like I want to pull forward as much of that value as I can now, because like, you know, today is today, and who knows what tomorrow will bring, right? So I do want to get rid of probably as many research and building speeds as I can as early as possible.
Well, some people will come in here and they'll go, ooh, 24-hour speed ups. I'm going to buy that.
Bro, literally just called me out for how I reacted.
Don't. There are discounts here for a reason. Those discounts are a really, really, really big deal. Because when you go to purchase, you'll notice 120 baubles gets me 60 minutes of speed ups. But I can get 8 hours for 480 baubles.
Yeah, that actually is kind of a big deal, actually. That rate drops off really fast.
Which means that it is much more affordable for me to actually get the 8-hour ones instead of the 60 ones. And it's also crazy when you look at the number you can get. You can get 1,300. So this is probably the best use of speed ups outside of like actually using them.
Yeah, I think this is because they were replacing the event where you could just straight exchange one for one, the one speed up type for the other at the start of KVK. So this is good. This is like, I think this is showing that it's not the 2 steps forward, 1 step backward situation that I was afraid of, which is good. That's good. I mean, you'd have to actually do the math, but at a glance, this looks good.
Now, the one downside of this is that there are training speed ups and there are healing speed ups and there are resources.
Let me tell you what I'm not going to buy. It ain't the resources.
I recommend you do not go for all training speed ups because odds are pretty high you're going to be in KVK, you're going to be going through and trying to use some of your healing speed ups. So for me, I'm going to go for a balance of the two, right? If I look,
you know, I'll interject and say this. So you're going to end up using universals to heal troops. That's just like is the truth of what it is, right? So a healing speed is like a universal speed, basically. You may or may not use your universals to train, but you're definitely using universals to heal. 100%. That's what you're doing. But at the end of the day, the way I see it is like I'm going to buy whatever is the best value by percentage, and I'm going to optimize for the percent return in that exchange rate. That's what I'm going to do. And it looks like it's those 8-hour training speeds. So like that's what I'm getting, man. That for me personally, that's what I'm going to jam on. I do get his point here, which is like, if all you have is training speeds, how are you going to heal your troops? Which is like a fair call.
Look at my speed ups right now. What do I have? I have 272 days of training speed ups, and this was really just from this exchange. I've already done some. And I only have 45 days of healing speed ups. That means that I'm definitely going to be going into my universals for those healing speed ups.
I mean, you can't make this up, right? Like at the end of the day, like there's just so few ways to get healing speeds. So like, yeah, almost always a healing speed or a universal is like in a way kind of interchangeable because you're gonna be, if you play this game in a meaningful way, like you're gonna use universals to heal. That just is what it is.
Whereas for training speed ups, odds are pretty low that I'm gonna be going into my bag. Now, I may actually still go and do training speed ups because I have enough universals that if all of my healing comes out of those universals, I'm gonna be okay. So you can do that same thing too, but just be very careful as you go through because if you don't have a lot of universal speed ups to cover your healing costs, this is actually a great value.
I would say yes, and for me, that percent off is really the king. And like, 480 for an 8-hour training, ayo. I mean, you got to get what you need. So if you need those healing speeds, like I'm going to clear the shop. I am probably going to clear this shop for multiple KVKs before I really have to think about this. But Like, yeah, well, it was like 480 baubles for an 8-hour training speed, 1,500 for an 8-hour healing speed. Nah, I mean, I'm gonna take training every time personally, and that's gonna be my game plan. But Shappy's right. If you're out of universals, then like you need to get the healing speed so that you can actually field fight.
Should you go for resources? No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, hell no.
What I would probably do is I would go on your farms, and if you're done investing in your tech on your farms, I would trade in all your speed ups and I would claim all of these resources, because why not? It's free resources through that. And I'll probably do that on my farms right now. So let's go ahead. We got 144,000. As I said, I'm going to do training speed ups here because I have plenty of healing speed ups through universals. So let's go through, claim all that, and bam, you're done.
There it is, baby. Go check out Shappy Gaming. Link to his channel will be in the description and the pinned comment. Really cool to see what this event looks like. Cool to hear your perspective. Sounds like we're really aligned on a lot of this stuff. And like, I think you went and did kind of exactly what I would recommend most people go and do, which is like, they're just going to get that most discounted training speed up. And then, train up some troops and, probably doing Bastion quests. On my restart account, I always run out of training speeds, and I end up using universals for just training troops as a part of the quest there. So yeah, I think training speeds for like most mid to low spend is going to be money, and then you just use your universals to heal. And then after that, you just got to look at the percent discounts here. But again, go check out Shappy Gaming. Really cool to see this event and the way that it's shaped up, and this does look good, man. Love to see it.